All right. Welcome everybody to the Learning Tube. This is Lorette, and we have two special guests with us tonight. Their names are Josh and Marty. Josh and Marty, say hello. Say what's up.
What's up? What's up?
All right. Now, what we're going to be talking about tonight is list building for profit. Now, whenever we do these webinars, we always ask you guys, what do you want to learn more about? And how can we help you? So one thing that you guys always want to learn about is traffic. Now, if you want to learn about traffic, don't you think other people really want traffic as well? Keep that in mind as I go through this presentation. Okay, and then the other thing that you guys always want to know is just opportunities. What are some things out there that you can get started with? You know, we're big proponents on multiple streams of income. Not to be overwhelmed with it. I don't think you should do 50 projects at one time. That's shiny object syndrome. But I do think that you should have multiple streams of income when you're doing things, right? Don't have all your eggs in one basket. So we want to present you with an opportunity right here that is amazing. And you're going to learn about email list building, but it's not what you think, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, the money is in the list. How many times have you guys heard that? I'm sure you've heard that a million times, right? That is an oldie but a goodie. The money is in the list. And when we say the list, we're talking about a relationship between large email lists and long-term online success. When you build an email list, you're building an asset, right? That is like money in the bank, right? You're building an asset when you're building email lists. And the larger and the more targeted your email list, the more valuable it is, right? And when they say the money is in the list, you don't just build a list and walk away. You build a relationship with that list, and it turns into something long-term, right? It's long-term online success. So all those guys, all those quote-unquote gurus that are out there, they spend thousands. They spend so much time and effort building their list because they understand the power of it, okay? So what is the blueprint? This is the blueprint that we're going to talk about with this. It's called, our opportunity is called Shoutout Profits, and I'll explain what that is. But here's the blueprint. It's just three simple steps, 3 steps. The first one is building, creating, growing that email list, right? That's step 1, is growing an email list. And I know most of you have email lists. The majority of you that are on this call, I know you. I've talked to you before. And I know that you have email lists, and you use things like Aweber, iContact, MailChimp, right? So you know all about growing email lists. The second thing is building relationships, right? You have to build relationships with this email list. You can't just build an email list and walk away. You build a relationship. So like I said, a lot of you on this call, we know you because you're on these calls every week. You're either one of our students that I've talked to on the phone. I've seen at events. We've talked on Facebook. So we're building a relationship. And you should use that as an example when you're doing this as well, as building relationships. And then last is where you make the money, right? You want that money. And, so all this stuff is fine and dandy, but the ultimate goal is we want to make some money from it, right? So you grow your email list, you build a relationship, and then we're going to show you how you can make some money from it. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. The first one is growing that email list, right? So first of all, the technical part of it. So the technical part of it, you have to have some kind of lead capture, right? Some type of lead capture. And when I say some type of lead capture, I mean you can have a WordPress website with some type of opt-in box, right, that pops up and people enter their name and email. You can use Facebook as a way to generate leads. You can use a tool called Lead Pages. We love Lead Pages. I think it's like $67 a month, so it's not free. Nothing's really free that's great out there, but it's so valuable, right? And it's really easy to use, especially if you're not a technical person. So you have to have some type of lead generation tool. And then you add that with an autoresponder, right? And there's tons of different autoresponders out there. My personal favorite is Aweber, and I know a lot of you have Aweber, like Dominic, I know you have Aweber. I think, Bill, you said you have Aweber. So So, these are some different ones. We also have eye contact as well. We have active campaign. We have one shopping cart. We're actually consolidating all of them as we speak into active campaign and Aweber. But anyway, these are the two parts of creating and growing that list. You need that lead capture page, and then you need to put them into an autoresponder. And this autoresponder, that's basically your database where all the emails are going to be stored. Okay? So that's the technical part. And then now what you have to do is that you have to offer something of value to people to want to enter in their name and email. People used to just say, hey, enter your name and email to get on my newsletter, or, which some people still do, but people aren't as willing as they used to be to enter in their name and email unless it's something they really want. So, understand your niche, understand who your target market is, and so that therefore you can offer them something that they want. So here the examples here is the photography. So here it says claim your free ebook, quick tip photography, then how to create photos that people want to look at. Then this one up on the top is about free bikini body tips, how to get your bikini body in just 12 weeks, right? Send me free tips. The next one is a fat burning workout, and it's some reports and fat burning workouts. Now, in order to get these free tips or whatever these things that you're giving away, what do you think you can do? Do you need to write a book on fat burning? Of course not, right? We always preach outsource it, right? You can get somebody to do it for you. Okay, you can get somebody to do it for you. You can outsource it. Or you can even get some PLR, right? And that's private label stuff, and rewrite it and offer it as something for free as an incentive, right? Now, after you do that, you create your lead capture, right? You have this lead capture, it's giving away something, but now you have to attract people to this ad, right? You have to, how do you get people to it? How do you get people to enter their name and email? Well, you can do some Facebook ads, right? We talk about Facebook ads all the time. I believe we have a training on Facebook ads as well. But what you do is you can create a Facebook ad and specifically target people that would be interested in that, right? So, for example, the weight loss, that is, easy. If you want the bikini body, you target people that are interested in weight loss, right? You can do campaigns that people that are, fans of Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or, Nutrisystem, any of those types of programs, they're probably going to be interested in your tips on how to get a bikini body, right? So, you can do targeted Facebook ads for people to enter their name and email, and once they do that, they are now on your list, right? They're now on your list. They've received that freebie, whatever you were giving away, right? They received that freebie, and now they're on your list, and now is the time that you start doing that. Then now they're on your list, and you can start marketing to them. And as Dominic is just adding, that you can definitely send them to a blog and do some retargeting. I actually just set some of that stuff up today. I'm doing some Facebook ads. I'm doing a video. So it's a video Facebook ad, and they click on it, and it goes to my website, which has a retargeting pixel on it, right? And then they leave that to go to make the purchase of the product, but they're now pixeled, and I can follow them and retarget them until they purchase, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can do to grow your list, but the best way right now is by doing Facebook ads. You can also do Twitter ads. This is an example right here of a Twitter ad that we did because we were trying to grow a list of a free romance novel reading group. And this was our results. It was 16 cents a click. We spent $25. We had all these clicks, and it was pretty successful with getting these people who are interested in reading romance novels on Kindle. So that's an example of growing your list, and this was specifically for Kindle romance readers. And we did Twitter advertising to do that. And this is funny if you guys know Ron Papel, but this is the reason I put this here is because once you set up these ads, it literally is set it and forget it, right? You set up your Facebook ad and you just let it run. You set up your Twitter ad, you let it run. You put a budget on it, or you put an end date on it, and you set it and you forget it. And you see leads that continue to come in on an ongoing basis, right? So you may have to spend a little bit of time up front creating your ad and maybe tweaking it to get the best out of it, but then you literally set it and forget it. Hey, Josh, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
So would you agree with that? When you created your Facebook ads and you were trying to grow your list, it was kind of a set it and forget it. Am I right?
Absolutely. I don't even have to think about it anymore.
Right, because it's on autopilot. It's just running.
It's just going and going, and leads are still, yeah, you're right, and leads are still coming in on a continuous basis.
Right. So you did have to spend some time up front creating it, targeting it, all that kind of stuff, but then smooth sailing.
That's right.
So, and then Josh, just to chime in on this one as well. So we talked about the Facebook ads to bring people to your lead capture page. We also talked about Twitter advertising. And then this is also another strategy. This is called newsletter swaps. So Josh, can you just explain a little bit about what a newsletter swap is?
Yep, so a newsletter swap is basically you as an author, you have a book, and then you meet up with other authors who also have books that would be in your same genre. So with that said, you would approach them and you would do this right here. You would promote your book to their list that they've built up as well, and you would also promote their book to your list in return.
And so even if you're not, let's say you're not an author, you just have a list, like I created that list of romance novel readers. Like I could still do a newsletter swap.
Yep, works
right?
the same way.
Works the same way. So, you know, and the thing about this is that when you do newsletter swaps, it's a win-win for both of you, right? Because the person that you're swapping with, they want to grow their list just as much as you want to grow your list. So it's a win-win for both people. And you don't hear many people talk about this. This is not like a mainstream type of thing. And, you know, some other people with lists may not even think about it. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to ask. Now, Josh, when you started doing newsletter swaps, I know some people, but I know you specifically reached out to some people to ask them. Am I right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so, you know, in this business, it doesn't hurt to ask. If they say no, or if they say I don't have a list or whatever, hey, who cares? Move on. Go to the next person, right? Doesn't hurt to ask. You can ask people if they want to do newsletter swaps. And the power of newsletter swaps is amazing. Let me show you the power of swaps. So Josh and Marty are masters when it comes to list building, and they are specific in the Kindle niche. So that's what they specialize in, and specifically in the romance niche. Okay, so they did some newsletter swaps, and these are, this is our WhatsApp conversation. If you guys are into WhatsApp, we were talking on WhatsApp, and these are what they were sending in on their subscriber stats. So at 1:40 p.m., they had almost 3,000, and then look, at 1:54, barely any time, they had 3,473. Like it just kept growing and growing. And so here is our conversation. It just says it keeps going and going and going. And Josh says, let me sip my margarita to that one. Because it's fun, right? Seeing all these subscribers in one day. The power of newsletter swaps. Now, out of curiosity, those of you that have been in internet marketing for a bit, do you see people talking about this kind of stuff, newsletter swaps? I mean, I guess you see affiliate and JV mailings, but not in this type of context, which is great. It's very powerful. So with doing all those types of things, with doing Facebook ads, Twitter ads, newsletter swaps, Josh and Marty have been able to grow a list of over 52,000 subscribers. That's a pretty hefty list. You know, that's very impressive. And what to say about that too, remember we said it to set it and forget it? Look at this. They had 20 subscribers today, 56 yesterday. So that shows you that it just keeps on moving, right? It just keeps on moving. And look, people will unsubscribe, okay? So don't get torn up about that. I remember when I first started doing this, I was so sad. I'm like, oh no, people are unsubscribing from my list. You know what? Who cares? If they unsubscribe, that means they don't want to be. You don't want them on your list anyway, right? So, you know, sometimes people are scared to mail because they don't want people to unsubscribe. mail, okay? People will unsubscribe. That is just the nature of the beast. But you know what? You keep getting new people into your funnel, right? So that is, the overview of, that's that first part is growing your list, right? You want to grow that list, and there's different ways to do it. Now, the next step in this program is building the relationship, right? So you now have this list, like Josh and Marty, this list of 52,000 Kindle romance readers, but they have to keep that relationship going, because if you don't communicate with them, somebody else is, right? So you need to be on the top of mind. So email your list. Email the list to keep that relationship going. Now the question may be, well, how often should I be emailing them? Like, I don't want to annoy them. I don't want to, not email them. Well, I would say at minimum once a week, right? At minimum. Because you have to, or else they're going to forget about you. I've seen this. We have a lot of programs that we do that are our for you programs for people, right? So a lot of times we'll set up something, maybe they have a Shopify store and we set up their Shopify store, do their emails, and then they just disappear. Don't send any more emails. They don't do, any promotions. Don't build relationship with the list. Then they'll send out an email like 3 months later, and you're like, who is that? Right? Unsubscribe. That's the last thing that you want to happen. So continue to build that relationship at the minimum once a week. And mix your emails with cool stuff as well as sales offers. It should never just be sales, 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 right? You want to mix up your emails with just, stuff that's happening. Maybe, if you have that Kindle reader list, I know that, they'll send out stuff about, their inspiration that they have for their next book, or, just keep the conversation going, right? And then you can mix in some sales offers, right? Then you mix in some sales offers. Like they give the example of if you're dating somebody, you go on dates, you take them to dinner, you take them to the movies, you don't ask them to marry you on the first date, right? So you've got to build that relationship, do some cool stuff. And even if you find something just, on the internet, like, hey, look what I found on whatever, MSN that's related to what your niche is about, right? Just chit-chat is sometimes good as well. So I put this screen here just because sometimes, like I said, people are scared to send out emails. Don't be scared. Send out an email. If you're bothering them, then they will unsubscribe, right? So send out those emails. Now, when you do that, when you build that relationship with your list, then you're going to get results like this. Now, these are some of the stats from Josh and Marty's account. And so, first of all, I want you to look over here. It says that the average open rate is about 20 to 25%. These are some stats that we got from MailChimp.com, okay? So the average open rate is 20 to 25%. Look at their open rate. 37, 36. Look at this one, 43% open rate. That's crazy. But the reason why their open rate is so good is because first, it's a targeted list, and second is that they keep that relationship going, right? And look at this, an average click-through rate. That means people open it and then they actually click on something. It's about 3%. Look at their click-through rate. Look at this one, as high as 23.6, 23.6, 13, 13, 10. That's crazy. That's because, once again, it's a targeted list and they keep that relationship. So insane open rates and click-through rates way above the average because they know how to nurture that list, right? Now, I'm sure you guys, if you do any type of email marketing, if you have rates like this, then you must be doing really well. If you don't, then Josh and Marty, definitely somebody you can learn from. Now, the last step in this three-step process is actually making money from your list, right? So there's a big problem out there. The big problem that people have is getting traffic. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Like I said, when I asked people, what do you want to learn about? Everybody wants to learn about traffic. So the big problem in every niche that you're in, Josh and Marty are specifically in the Kindle marketing niche, but, every website that's out there, everybody wants more traffic. Even if they're getting traffic, they still want more, right? And guess what? You have the solution with this list that you've created, right? So you've created this list, and now you hold the golden key to their problem, right, of not having traffic, right? So if you can, I think it was Kiyosaki that said this, or a lot of people say this. I just saw there's a quote by Richard Branson. You know, if you can solve people's problems, you will be rich, right? And this is a problem, and now you are the problem solver, right? So what Josh and Marty have done is they've done something called shout-outs, right? So with this list that they've grown, they approach people to do shout-outs to their list. Now this is just something that I got off of the internet, looking up the true definition of what a shout-out is. It's basically a mention, a credit, usually in hip-hop or dance music. If you have any shout-outs to the homies in Europe, that was just an example of what a shout-out is. But let me show you. So Josh and Marty, they're in the romance niche, okay, in the Kindle. And this is an example. What they do is they charge people to mail to this email list that they've created. And here are two examples of mailings that they've done. These were shout-outs. So this is an author, and this is her book. And they paid Josh and Marty to send out an email to their list. And this is the email that was sent out. This is another author that paid Josh and Marty to send out an email to this list in order to promote their book, right? So they're charging people to their list, and they're calling it shout-outs, right? So we'll do a shout-out for you for X amount of dollars to our list of 52,000 Kindle romance readers. How awesome is this, right? Isn't that awesome? So let's see. So now it is in huge demand. And what I want to show you real quick is how in demand this is. So one second. Let me go here. So I'm on Fiverr, and I'm specifically talking about Kindle promotions for this example. So if we go to Kindle promotions, you guys all know Fiverr, of course, right? So Fiverr is a place where you can find people that can do just about anything. So I'm going to go here. All right, so I'm on Fiverr. I typed in Kindle promotions, okay? So now you can see all these people that are offering Kindle promotions. Look at this one. I'll do a Kindle promotion. She has 858 reviews so far with 25 orders in queue, right? And she has a $5 one, a $25 one, and a $50 one, right? And that's insane. And she's doing it through Facebook and Twitter. So you can find other ones in here that will do it to their email list as well. So you can see this one has over 1,000 people that have bought it. This another one has 80. This one 68, 53, 375. So this one will do Kindle through email, and he has 375 orders with 8 orders in queue. And he is sending it through email. So the reason why I came to Fiverr to show you this is just to show you how in demand it is and how many people want this and need this to help them promote their Kindle books, right? And if you have a list like Josh and Marty, you can imagine that they would be extremely popular and people want them to help promote their book. Do you see this? Do you see how people want and need this service, right? They want people to help them market and promote their books. Once again, you have the solution to what people want if you have this targeted list. Now, many of you know that I sell products on Amazon, right? And some of the things that I was selling was in the baby niche. And so I went to Fiverr and I was looking for people to help me promote my baby products to their email list. And I really couldn't find any. Now there's a lot here for Kindle, but when I was trying to find somebody to send, my baby products to their email list, I think I found 2. right? So right there, I know for a fact that's a need with people. You know, I'm in a lot of mastermind groups with Amazon sellers, and they would die for somebody that could send out their products to their lists, right? Definitely, it's a need, it's a need, it's a need. And, you know, if you can master, you know, specific niches, you know, like the baby niche, and help people promote their baby products through this email list that's generated, you are in the money. Does this make sense to you guys? Are you following me? Are you light bulbs going off in your head? like, wow, this is an opportunity that's just right in your face? You guys following me? Yes, yes?
Super valuable.
All right. So people are saying yes, yes. All right, good. So you can see here, so it's a huge demand. People need it. It says, please help me, right? So people need this. Now, these are some screenshots of people that are buying these shout-out services from Josh and Marty. Look at this screenshot. Is this not crazy? So this one is $205. The next one, somebody sent $410. The next one was $205. And this is for them. Remember I showed you that screenshot of people, of the messages that they sent out to the list, right? And that's what people are paying for. Now, the interesting thing about this is that Josh and Marty started this list just on their own, for themselves, right? It was for themselves. Josh, is that right? You did this for yourself.
Yep, just did it for us.
Right, and this was just kind of a byproduct. You're like, wait a minute, I've got a good list here, and I know people want this, and you were like, we can make some money, right?
That's right. We didn't even really see like the power in it until a little later on, and then just light bulbs just started clicking off like, wow, there's some potential here.
Definitely. So you had an asset in the palm of your hands, and you didn't even realize it. And then when you did, you're like, cha-ching, let's make some money, right? So that is a screen. 1 second. My screen is frozen. Okay, so here's some more. Look, this is more. This is just on March 30th. $200, $247, $200, $391, $190. I think this is because of PayPal fees, which is why it's weird there. But $391, $190. Look at this one. Is on April 29th, $408. These are all people paying them in their PayPal account to send out email blasts to their list. Crazy, right? Now, once again, they started this list for themselves and realized that they had a valuable asset that people wanted, right? So now the next question is, so where do you get these people that want you, right? Where do you get these buyers? Well, Fiverr, I just showed you, was an example, right, of where people will purchase your services, right, for Kindle promotion, solo ads. And like what you're doing, like I said, I was looking for somebody in the baby niche, couldn't find anybody that could send out an email for me. You know, and you can have that, I'll put all that stuff on Fiverr. You can go to Facebook groups. You can join groups like Kindle author groups and private message participants with the service that you offer. You know, so if you want to go into, you know, building a list that's specific for Kindle authors, if you want to go into the baby niche or whatever, start joining groups. Or have an assistant, have a virtual assistant join the groups for you and become part of the groups. Give value to people. In those groups, people are always asking questions. Answer people's questions, right? So they see you as an authority figure when it comes to the niche. And then when you contact them saying, hey, by the way, you know, I noticed that you're just launched a book. We've got this service that, you know, I think you'd be interested. We've got 52,000, you know, people that are interested in romance, blah, blah, blah. And they will be beating down your door saying, yes, sign me up. Am I right, Josh? Isn't that this is one of the methods that you guys use that work very well?
Extremely well. Yes, yes, yes. And we're still using this right now.
Right. So, you know, just reaching out to people is definitely a way to do it. And then it starts spreading word of mouth. Once you do a good job, it spreads virally, and you'll get repeat buyers. And I know for a fact that you guys get repeat buyers, and people come to you. Like in the groups, people ask, so how do I, you know, promote my book? They'll be like, hey, contact, you know, Josh. And then it just keeps spreading, right? Am I right, Josh?
Yes, word of mouth is super important and powerful.
Right. So, so yeah, definitely do that. And then you can also use established websites. So you can use Fiverr to post your offer. You can, give your offer through Facebook groups, through word of mouth, and then establish websites. So here's a website that is specifically for solo ads, right? And I just pulled off some people that sell solo ads. And a solo ad is basically the same thing as a shout out, right? So solo ads is like the old name for it. That's what they've always called it. And then, Josh and Marty, with the new kind of social media thing, they're now kind of called shout outs. But this is an example here of this guy, Peter. He sells solo ads on this site. He sold 14 solos in the last couple of days. This person sold 20 solos, and this guy sold 40 solos in the last couple of days. So they have email lists and they're selling it to people. And so you might be, well, so how much are they charging? So here, I think this is Peter's, yeah, this is Peter's site, Peter's messages. And I just pulled off some people here. So he ordered 400, and this is clicks. So on these sites, you do clicks, right? So if you have X amount on your email list, you can estimate how many, clicks that you get based on your tracking stats. It's all done automatically, so you don't really have to think much. But here it shows that he wanted 400, so he paid about $140 for this order here. She ordered 300 clicks, so she paid about $110 for this order. And then he sold 14 in the last couple of days. So that's pretty good, right? So let's say he sold 14 at an average of $100. I'd say that's pretty good over a few days, right? You can definitely do that. But the key also is to focus, right? You want to focus. Now, this is exciting. There's all these different niches that you could go in and growing these different lists, but you do need to focus. And I would definitely recommend, if you start doing this, start with one niche and really do a good job with it. And then you can move on to other niches as well. Because remember, it's kind of a set it and forget it. You have these ads running. Now I'm just going to run through an example. So let's say you want to on the baby niche. Okay, so baby niche. So first, you may want to create a generic Facebook page, right? So let's say we create a generic Facebook page called Fun Times with Toddlers, okay? So generic Facebook page, and you get the page active. You do some posts, some comments and likes, nothing crazy, but you don't want it to look like a ghost town, right? You can do this, you can outsource that, whatever, just something simple. And then you set up your lead page, your lead capture page, giving away something cool, right? So, in the baby niche, you could give away a product from Amazon. We talk about that. We've talked about that with giveaway profits on one of our courses that you can do really cool giveaways and with giving away products on Amazon. You can do reports like how to get your toddler to eat vegetables, how to get your baby to sleep through the night, right? And this, of course, you can outsource or get PLR to do this as well. And then you create a Facebook ad for the giveaway, and then you just set it and forget it, like Josh said. You create the ad telling people, hey, enter your name and email to get my free report on how to get your toddler to eat vegetables. I know I need that report because my daughter does not eat her vegetables. So that is something that would be valuable to me, and I know it would be valuable to other mothers, right? So, and then once you get all these people opting in, you email the list cool things you find online, building that relationship. And in this specific niche on toddlers, oh my gosh, there's 1,000,001 things that you could be emailing the list to help moms, right? So, and then the next thing is that you can send discount offers that you see to get them into that kind of buying mindset. You can say, hey, I saw this thing on Walmart, and here's a $10 off coupon, and sending it to them, right? First of all, they're going to love you for showing them some type of discount offer, and then it gets them into the buying mode because you want buyers on your list as well. And then you just keep doing that. It's just a rinse and repeat. You just keep sending out emails. I mean, how easy? How many emails? Do you know how to send an email? Yeah. Are you on Facebook all the time? Do you know how to communicate? If you know how to do all that stuff, it's so easy because it's just you keep doing it. Then after you do that, after you've got a substantial size list, then start promoting it. Post a gig on Fiverr, reach out in Facebook groups, right? And now let's say you're doing the Kindle niche. So that was the baby niche as an example. The Kindle niche, the same concept. Now this is what Josh and Marty did, right? You created Facebook page. They actually had a Facebook page because they are authors, but you can create a Facebook page. Get the page active once again. Set up your lead capture page. And what they were doing was they were giving away free books, right? Because that's what the target market likes, right? So they're giving away free books. Then you create a Facebook ad for the giveaway and set it and forget it. Easy peasy, right? Then you once again email the list cool things like free books, author insights, anything that you can do to help build that relationship. Do some newsletter swaps to grow your list. Keep growing it. Then you post your gig on Fiverr, you reach out to Facebook groups, and you start making money from it, right? You start profiting from it, right? Now, let's see. So I wanted to get Olu. Josh, since my panel here doesn't work very well, I think Olu is on right now. If possible, Olu, can we unmute Olu? Olu, are you available to be unmuted right now? Is Olu there that we can unmute him?
Yep, one moment.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yay!
Yes,
Hey, Olu, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Hi, Josh.
So
Hey,
Olu, I'm
Olu.
kind of putting you on the spot. I didn't or anything for this. You have no idea what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to, I know for a fact that you are right now growing a list of people in Nigeria that are interested in internet marketing. Am I right?
Yes, 100%.
And you, how many people do you have on there? I know you just started this like a day ago, but how many people do you have on there right now?
So I have reached 100,000 people in 1 week on Facebook. That's the reach. I have over 1,000 people following and liking the posts on Facebook, and I have over 250 people that have subscribed to my newsletters.
Awesome. So you have over 250 people on your email list right now, and I know you just started this, and you're pretty new at Facebook ads and stuff. This is not like your thing, right?
Well, I did it. I started about a year ago, but I never did real campaigns. But then when I wanted to do this training, I had to buckle down, do some research, watch a few videos. Sorry, you hear my daughter screaming in the background. I'm trying to give her some milk for the night. Yes, so give me a...
So just, does she need you?
Yeah, just a second. I'll just give her a bottle. Why are you scared?
Okay.
There you go. Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. So,
Yeah,
so
I think I need to write a book on fatherhood.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's good now.
Okay, and so the other thing I want to say, so now that you have this list of 250 people, you're going to continue growing it, just started, and what you can do is that we have an online course, and it's about making money doing transcription, and I know that is something that your list would love, right?
Yeah.
So what I can do is that you can charge me, right, to send my offer to your list, and that's exactly what we're talking about right here.
Okay,
So,
okay.
you keep growing that list, you come back to me, and I want to pay you to send out our offer to your list. Sound good?
Oh, that's 100%, yeah.
All right. Thanks, Olu. Go back to your daughter. She's calling for you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. Thanks. All right, Josh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I wanted to give that example of how Olu is, generating his list. He just started. He's got 250 people on his list, but it's a targeted list of people that are into internet marketing, and they specifically live in Nigeria. And we have a program that would totally fit that list for them to buy online, so he could sell me, a solo ad or whatever, a shout out to his list for our program. And that's exactly what this is all about. right? So I don't have to go generate that list. He generates it and he nurtures it because I'm on the list and I keep getting emails from him. So he's doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, right? And the best thing about it is that it's his list. He's from Nigeria, so he has that connection with his list, and they're, he's specifically targeting people in Nigeria. And now if he gives a shout out saying, hey, check out this course from my friend Lorette, there's that relationship that he already built. And so therefore, that's influencer marketing, which is very big nowadays, right? If somebody else is endorsing you, then that is, that's very good, right? Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that example, and thanks again, Olu. Now, when you do things like that, you will see these, money like this coming in from Josh and Marty, and Olu is going to start seeing money like this as well. And so this is our program. It's called Shoutout Profits. And we're going to talk about the 3 steps to success. The first one is growing that email list and actually how to do it, right? So how to do it, the technical part of it, and how to get people on it. Like Olu's doing the Facebook ads, for example. We talked about Twitter ads. We talked about, different newsletter swaps, things like that to help grow that email list, to make this asset as valuable as possible. Right? And then we're going to talk about how to build that relationship. We're going to give you examples on, types of emails to send, when you should send it, even, the type of autoresponders you should use. Should you be using, putting video in there, the whole building the relationship thing, how to find content to send to your list, different offers that you should send, different things like that. Like, for example, Olu has an offer in there that we were discussing last night that, I recommended switching out with something else. We can help you with that as well. And then the last step is making the money, right? So you got the list, building a relationship, and now the next step is offering this service to people, right? So we're going to show you some of the different sites where you can list this service, list this offering. Fiverr, but then there's other ones as well. And then depending on your niche, we can also connect you with people that we know need this. Like I said, I'm an Amazon seller, and I know a lot of people in a lot of different niches. I'm in a lot of mastermind groups. We have different programs for that. So, if you have something, for example, like a baby list, I know a ton of people, and I know the different groups that you can go to let them know that you have a list of people that are in, that a baby list of stay-at-home moms or whatever it is, right? So we're going to help you and guide you through actually making the money. And then we provide you with 2 bonuses, right? And this is, these are list building strategies. And one of them is Twitter ad profits. If you saw on LearningTube, that was one of our courses. It teaches you how to do ads through Twitter. And I think Bill has that program, and he's gone through that as well. So Twitter ad profits. And then we also have giveaway profits. And this is, you notice all of our courses have profits at the end, because that's what it's all about, right? You want to make those profits. So the next one is giveaway profits, and we teach you how to use Amazon giveaways to help grow your list. It's so cool. And it's all done through Amazon. And it's just a really good strategy. People love Amazon, they trust Amazon, and it grows your list like crazy. And that's a bonus that comes with this. That's called giveaway profits. Now, of course, the value is high, right? Because this is a really, one thing that we like to price our products at, that's actually too low. But we like to price our products at the potential of money that you can earn. And you can see the amount of money that Josh and Marty are earning, the amount of money that those screenshots, that I'm showing you of some other people that they were making, right? Because this is something, you're solving a problem. You are a solution. So if you're a solution, you're going to make a lot of money, right? So Shoutout Profits, this is the early bird special, right? So it's only $97. I can't believe it's so cheap. But it's only $97 for the early bird. And the reason why is because we're actually building the course as we speak, right? So our first live training is Monday, 6/26 at 7 p.m. Eastern, right? We're going to have our first live training. We're going to be building the course up until then, right? And our live training is going to walk you through some stuff, walk you through the back office, how to actually use the course, how to go through it, take you through the bonuses. And that's our first live training. Once again, it's so cheap right now because you are creating it, right? So you are going to be the first people that have access to it, which is awesome. You always want to be, you know, first movers. But once again, this is something that is not new to us. This is something that we're doing, right? So we want you to do it as well. We think it's a great opportunity. Not we think, we know it's a great opportunity. You've seen the opportunity that's out there. You've seen the people that actually want it and are paying for it. And you know that it can be done. You saw, you know, you heard from Olu that's doing it, that's growing his list as well. And then you saw the evidence from, you know, Josh and Marty with how they're growing their list. Started it as their own thing, and now they're making money from it. So definitely this is a great opportunity. Shout out profits. Get in now as an early bird. It's only $97. There's that link right there. So it's thelearningtube.com/shoutout, and that will take you to the order page there to sign up. Now, you know, even if you don't, you know, sign up for the program itself, you have to be able to understand the importance of building your list, right? And that showed you right there that the money is in the list. So does anybody have any questions about this? What kind of questions do you guys have? Let's see. Let's see. Any questions? We don't have any questions? So this was pretty insightful. What do you guys think? Do you see the opportunity on how to do this? I see, I'm looking at some of the messages here, and I see that we have a lot of people that are new, you know, new to internet marketing, which is great, right? Because this is something that you really don't have to have a lot of experience on, right? Because you just set up the emails, build a relationship, 3 steps. Grow that list, build a relationship, and then make money from it, right? So 3 steps, easy to do. Shout out profits, our early bird is only $97 to get started. So if anybody has any questions, just let me know. All right, doesn't look like, say Josh, you there? Marty, you guys there?
Yep, we're here.
So you have any parting words or any things that you wanted to add to this?
Just thanks to everybody coming on the webinar. It's definitely, I would say this right here, the list building side of things has definitely changed our lives and our income potential, and it's definitely added another residual piece to our business.
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer, and because of the email marketing, we got to make $2,000 every single day.
Mm-hmm.
For Kindle, we become #1 bestseller every single time we launch now because we have such a big list. So it many benefits.
So like Lorette just said, it's $97 right now. I mean, the early bird special, jump into this.
Definitely. And it's, you know, it's funny because Josh and Marty and I, we talk on WhatsApp all the time, and they're always sending me screenshots like, another 200, hey, just got another 200, another 200, like with all this money that's coming into PayPal, with people paying them to send out shout-outs to their list. So, you know, Josh and Marty, they're not internet marketing gurus either. I mean, they learned how to do this and how to create this list, and just kept growing it from there. So this is definitely an opportunity for you guys to jump in, early bird, watch us do it, and be part of it, start growing your list. And thanks again. You let us know if you have any questions. You know how to contact us. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/thelearningtube. Once again, these are all recorded, and we'll put it in the replays and send it out. And hopefully you will be joining us with Shout Profit with the early bird special. I believe we talked about the price is going to be $397, I think. So it's definitely a bargain right now. So with the first training on Monday. All right, everybody, take care, and we will hopefully see you on the training on Monday, and then we'll see you next week on Tuesday for the Learning Tube once again. Take care, everybody, and thanks for joining us. Thanks, Josh and Marty.
See ya.